Airbnb is being sued for $1.3 million after a woman's husband fell sick and died after using a contaminated hot tub.
We are the Real Estate Robinsons. Hey everyone, if this is your first time here, I'm Sarah.
I'm Tony.
And we're real estate investors who quit our day jobs by investing in short-term rentals, and we're here to show you how you can do the same. This story is a sad and crazy one, but we felt it was important to share with you guys so you understand the risk that comes along with being a host on Airbnb.
So there's a woman named Sandra Birmingham, and her husband Paul died just a few days after coming home from a family vacation back in 2016. And Sandra stated that her husband died from Legionnaires disease, which she believes he caught from using a contaminated hot tub at the Airbnb that they rented.
Now first, we just want to send our condolences to Sandra and her family, and they actually still have a GoFundMe set up, so we'll link to that in the description if any of our subscribers feel like supporting.
Yeah, we did donate as well. It's a terrible situation.
So awful.
So if you guys can support them, I'm sure that family would appreciate it. So we just want to highlight some of the things from this article. So like we said, it happened back in 2016. And they were in Malta. I'm not even sure where Malta's at. But they were there for a couple of weeks during Christmas. And after they got back home, like within a few days, the husband got super sick and he ends up passing away. And the coroner's report said that it was due to this Legionnaires disease, which isn't transferred from human to human touch or respiratory or anything like that. It's like a waterborne illness. So they put two and two together, and he was in that hot tub. But they said he wasn't even in there for that long, but it was pretty much infected as soon as he got into the hot tub. So Sandra and her family, they've been battling with Airbnb for the last couple of years here, it seems, and I think Airbnb is not quite taking accountability, which they should or they shouldn't. It's like, that's hard to say, right? But anyway, a terrible situation for everyone involved.
Yeah.
But it's an important lesson for all of us hosts, because when people come into your property, and obviously I'm sure this is a very small percentage of the millions of listings on Airbnb that have this issue, but when people come into your home, there is always the chance that something could go terribly wrong. The hot tub is one situation. I know a host whose cabin burned down. Luckily the guests got out of it before anything happened. There's just so many different things that can happen. So what this video really is about is liability protection for you as the host. Now, we are not attorneys, right? So definitely go talk to like your own attorney to figure out what that liability, and your insurance company to figure out what that should look like. But you guys should all have some additional type of liability coverage in addition to like air cover, right? Like air cover is not an insurance policy. Air cover is Airbnb trying to play mediator between a host and a guest, but if something terrible were to really happen, who knows what kind of protection you'll get from air cover.
Right. Another simpler example, and I think more realistic, is if someone fell down your stairs and broke their leg. Air cover, I don't think is going to be what is in your corner protecting you as a host. So again, that's the whole point of this video, is to kind of shed light on the possible injuries that can happen at your property from all of the hundreds and thousands of guests you're going to host. So a very scary conversation, gives me a lot of anxiety.
It did, it gave us a lot of anxiety as a company, and we decided to make some changes after we saw this article. So we want to touch on what those changes are, but before we get into that, we do want to highlight that we have our SCR Summit coming up. It's a 3-day in-person event focused all about teaching you how to buy, manage, and scale your own short-term rental portfolio. So if your goal is to leave your day job, this is the event for you. We'll walk you through all the steps you need to follow to get started. And we have so many great speakers lined up to bring you even more value. You'll learn about raising private capital, finding off-market deals, co-hosting, all the things you need to kickstart your business. But the event is January 20th through the 22nd in Orlando, Florida. So if you want to learn more about the event, head over to scrsummit.com. Tickets are on sale now at early bird prices, but those tickets are almost gone, so be sure to buy fast if you want to come hang out with us for 3 days in Orlando.
And if you're not yet an Airbnb host, sign up using our link in the description. Hopefully we didn't scare you with the intro. You'll get a cash bonus for signing up, and we'll get a small cash bonus as well for referring you.
All right, so let's talk about some of the changes that we made in our business. So the first thing we did is we got increased liability coverage for all of our properties. Your homeowner's insurance gives you one level of protection, but we went out and got an additional like umbrella policy for all of our properties to give us that second layer of protection as the host. Obviously, we want to make sure that our properties are safe, and that's our first like objective and our first goal. But sometimes freak accidents happen.
Totally.
And that's why they're called accidents, because you can't plan for them. So it allows us to sleep better at night with that second layer of liability protection for all of our properties.
Another thing we've done is we've paid our hot tub technician to attend additional training. So we literally searched the internet for the best of the best training programs for chemical balancing and just maintenance overall for hot tubs. We signed him up for that, and I don't know all the details.
It was like $700. Yeah, it was like a $700 like online course.
Yeah, but it's totally virtual. It gives them a certificate afterwards, and it's just like an in-depth online class to teach them the right way to chemically balance and maintain a hot tub. So
yeah, I mean, $700 might seem like a lot, but like if you compare that to the downside of you not getting that right, which on the most extreme spectrum is someone losing their life.
Yeah.
But even in between that, like people just could get sick or, rashes or who knows what from poor hot tub maintenance. So we wanted to invest that money to make sure our team was getting some additional training to really take care of that the right way. And the last change we made was we now have our team taking photos of the testing kit, like little test strips for the hot tub after every turn. So there's little test strips you can like put into the water, and it tells you to make sure that your hot tub is clean and chemically balanced correctly. And before, like, I don't even know what they were doing with those test kits. Like they would do it just for themselves to know if they need to do it or not. But now we have them submitting photos to us at every turn to make sure that the hot tubs are balanced correctly. And if anything's off before that guest checks in, we send our tech over to go take a look at it, get it rebalanced, and make sure it's ready for the guests when they get there. So again, that just gives us A, peace of mind to know that the hot tub is ready. And then B, if a guest ever comes back to us to say like, hey, something happened at your hot tub, we can pull up those photos and say, hey, look, before you checked in, we tested it, we balanced it, here's the proof. So if you got something, it wasn't from our hot tub, it might've been from something else.
And unfortunately, there are guests out there that will stay at your property and say something happened and not have proof or whatever, but because you are so afraid, for liability reasons, you will offer that refund and give them their whole stay back. So, and guests know this, guests are very quick to use this as leverage to get their money back after they stay at your property. So we've done this enough where we know this is very real, that there are snaky people out there that will try to make up a lie and say, I got hurt here, or I got a rash from your bed or your hot tub.
I've heard some of the craziest
So
stories.
many things. It's so awful, and it's unfortunate where situations like this family, it is very real, and it could very possibly have been from the hot tub, but it's hard to believe just because we've personally even experienced so many like liars, So anyways, just for your own back, like, if a guest is like, I got something from the hot tub. Now we have this photo from our team that they take from every turn. We have a picture of what the water looked like, and we have the test strip, and we're like, actually, no, you couldn't have, because here's these two photos of what the water looked like and what the chemical balancing looked like. So no, we are not refunding you because we do not believe. And then whatever, if they want to escalate it to Airbnb, we feel very confident with taking it there because we have proof that we don't believe that was true. So
CYA, right? You want to cover your own ass, and those photos, that documentation helps. Hopefully you never need it, but we'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
I've never heard of CYA.
Cover your ass?
That's a thing?
Yeah.
I've literally never heard of that. See ya.
Yeah. All right, guys, so before we keep moving or before we wrap things up here, we'd really appreciate if you guys could give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, hit that bell for notifications.
Tell your friends, we're trying to grow, girls.
Yeah, we're trying to get to 50K. Doesn't seem like it's going to happen at the rate that we're growing. We're probably gonna get to like 33K if we're lucky. But we're still gonna shoot for 50K. So if you guys can share this video with someone that might need to see it, we would appreciate that.
But we appreciate all 33K of you. That's amazing that we've been able to do this. So love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. That's it for today. I'm Sarah.
I'm Tony.
And we are the Real Estate Robinsons. See ya.